Hey everybody, welcome back to Steve's Garage. You know me, I'm Steve. This is my old buddy Earl over here, the inspector, keeping an eye on everything. Another beautiful day here in western Massachusetts. It's sunny out, like 45 degrees. Crazy winter weather we're having here. It's I think today's the 15th. We got 10 more days to ho 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 and all that stuff. And looks like Santa's gonna have to put wheels on his sleigh this year because green Christmas. We got 50 degrees for the next 10 days showing. No, 40, 50. Anyway, gonna be beautiful. So we're working on the old car still as usual, heading for electrical stuff. Today we're going to do the battery box, get that finished up, and we're working in a tight compartment. So I have a new tripod, which I'll show you, which is about this high. We'll get it there to get you right on the action. Another thing, I have a 2011 Ford F-150, and last time I had a service, I said, hey, would you check the spare tire? Because I've never used it, knock on wood. So I've never used the spare tire. So they said, you know, they had a couple hours of labor. They gave me a big, I don't want to do a price. I said, forget it, I'll do it. So that was about 3 months ago. So finally I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I stick the key, there's a keyhole in the back of the fender, stick the key in, frozen solid. It's 11 years, right? New England weather, salt, snow, rain, you know. So I took some WD, put it in the keyhole, sprayed it in, waited overnight, and I slowly got it. I didn't want to break my key because that's an automatic, you know, it has all the buttons and whatever on it. So I got the lock moving, got it out, oiled it all up, got the lock working perfect. First I take my owner's manual out, like, what do I do now? So you have your jack handle, right? It's 3 pieces click together. On one end has a hook on it, which goes in your jack, a scissors jack kind of, which raises up like this. So I take, this thing calls for just 2 connections and it has a square end, which the other connection will go in that has the hook on it. And you slide that in the bumper and connect with some type of a mechanism and turn it counterclockwise like this, and it lowers the tire down on a cable. So I stick that thing in that hole 500 times, and then, you know, you get impatient, start swearing, and I finally said, I come in here, I get a light, and I put the light up inside there, and I'm looking in through the keyhole, and to your, you know, say here's 12 o'clock, over here about 10 o'clock is like a little funnel, right? So you have to go sideways. I can only imagine being in the middle of the night, having a flat tire, trying to figure this out. You wouldn't, because in the owner's manual, it just says stick it in the hole, it'll go right where it's supposed to go and crank the thing down. So I go in the funnel, I stick it all the way in there, and I'm like jamming it, I'm hammering on it, I'm turning it, you know, 360 degrees 500 times. Then I turn it in the opposite direction 373 times. And I can't get it in there, so I can't figure it out. So if I ever got a flat, I'm done. But if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. But I can't get that in. I can't see far enough down that hole in the, you know, with the light. And also, there's just no way to get the tire off without getting that thing down. So, Ford, call me. No clue. Anyway, we'll pray for no flat tires. And like I said, I've never gotten a flat tire in my 50 years of driving. So anyway, let's get on to the battery box. We got to get the heart of the operation in this thing, which is the battery. Then we can get our wires run, get some spark to this motor, and get this thing fired up. All right, here we go. Ready, Earl? Nothing. All right. So I also want to say on my last video, I had quite a screw up. I must have hit the button and paused it and thought I was recording. And then every time I hit record, I thought I was pausing. So that last video of the woodworking had a glitch in the middle there, which was pretty bizarre. So anyway, here is our battery box. And this is the hole I got to work in right here. So let me get set up. We'll get in there with some fasteners and we'll show you what's going on. Okay, so we're going in the hole. Got my tools ready to go. A couple of fasteners. My new handy tripod. Okay, so we're in the hole. I'm gonna try to put this so I think you're seeing it. Hard to do from my angle. Well, this is the battery box. I'm putting in a little bracket that I made here, which I'm going to put in with fasteners that have a little drill point on them. Oh, that one worked great. Sometimes the drill points aren't that good, but me and you. Here we go. Oh my God, that works so good. Now I'm going to pre-drill the aluminum. Got little bolts for there. Comfort zone knot. All right, that wasn't so bad. And we're still filming, so all is well so far. Bear with me, my cameraman is not that good, but he's cheap. So let me get some quarter 20s for the battery box, and we'll be right back. So I'm actually going to use 832, which means it's an 1/8 inch screw with 32 threads per inch. And hard to get that focused in. But 832, when you see those numbers in the hardware store, it's an 1/8 inch screw and there's 32 threads per inch. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna reach through the other side. Take a Phillips bit. So we got that screwed in with that bracket. And I had bolted it through down here previously. I put the round heads on the inside here, and that is plenty sturdy for our battery box, and that will hold things in there nice. So another thing that I did, last time you saw me, we put the woodwork on. So I was finishing the woodwork on both sides of the doors, glued in place, and I used really good construction adhesive in there. And then the dash I fit in so it's inside the cowl here, and then there'll be screws going down through the top here to hold that dash in place. And I still may put a little bit of a tilt on that dash. I'm not sure, because I do have some components going in here that I hope will fit, because the gas tank's right behind it. A lot of guys, when they do these hot rods, they put a different fuel cell on the back here, and they cut the gas tank out. And so the gas tank is right up underneath here. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of room between the wood and the gas tank. Hopefully you can see that. But the wood will show my fuel gauge, and of course it dresses it up, and that's the main thing. So now the woodwork is pretty much complete for the surround of the cockpit, and something I want to do today is put my sediment ball in, because I need things that I can't move, which gas is one of them. You've got to take care of that stuff now, and you know, wire after. So this is my sediment ball here. Has a little bolt on the back, a little nut, I should say. Sorry. And I'm going to stick that through the hole in there. First things first, I have to remove the old one, which is attached to the carburetor right there. So let me see what I can do here to get you looking. Man, oh man, this thing's a bitch. Pardon my French, but I ain't lying. All right, get some wrenches. Five eighths, 3/4. So what's the one? What's the next one, guys? Say it quick. 11/16. Bam. So I need 11/16 and doing laps here, looking for my wrenches that I just had in my hand. Right here. So is this 1/2 inch here? And it is 1/2 inch. So as I said, Christmas is here. If you don't like Christmas, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I tend to enjoy it. And not for all the presents and all that hoopla. I enjoy it for the lights and the friends and family we see. And that's really the best part for me. We like to decorate, put a lot of lights up and all that stuff. And have a couple of cocktails. Yes, we like to have a couple cocktails. I know some people don't, and God bless you, brother. Amen to that. Look at that, huh? Okay, so let's get in on the other side here. That thing fit right in. Got it screwed in here. The sediment bowl is in place. The sun is horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Very sunny today, but hey, we loving it. New England, we usually get walloped with snow this time of year, so we'll take it. If you live in a snowy state, you know what I'm talking about. For all of you who live in the places that don't get snow, na. So, let's put this sucker on. It ain't easy. I don't know why they don't just give you a regular bolt for this thing. It's a folded up piece of steel. Yes, they are on all of them. Makes me a little nervous. Because things that aren't built out of heavy duty stuff, I tend to smash. Not because I want to. As the old man always said, you're not tightening tank treads. I know. Just enough. Can you hear them now, Jim and Ken? You're not tightening tank treads. All right, sediment bowl in place. I've got to, we're changing this to a 12-volt system. So that means that I've got to put a voltage regulator on the firewall. So before I put the voltage regulator on the firewall, I want to figure out exactly where the placement of the things that I cannot move will be, and this certainly is one of them. So that's in place now. Nice. So we're that much closer to getting fuel. So now I've got all the parts that go in under here. So this is the shut off here, which goes underneath all gas tanks on the Model A's. And I can already see I'm going to have an issue. So just by putting that in place for a minute. I don't know how big that is. Could be 11/16. So my problem is, already I can see that that might work. I'm gonna have to do some fancy bending, I think. Maybe not. So we can get that to work. Problem is, I'm gonna have to get under there and wrestle. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it or not. So I can already see that I'm going to have to loosen this up because everything's off. It's a little off. It's not straight with it. So we will get it to work, but as they say at the doctor's office, it's always something. Hold on, let me get my wrench. It's always something. Something is better than nothing. So, you get all your Christmas presents bought and wrapped? Hope so. Santa Claus is coming to town. Trying to keep you in the view here, guys and girls. Guys and gals. Oh, it's on. So don't forget it's brass. Put it all on by hand. And do not try to put it on with a wrench. Oh, look at that. Can you see it? We got them on there. That's 11/16, so it's probably 3/4. And there you have it. Brass, so don't over tighten it. We all know that. I've learned that more than I want to know. And there it is. We got a little starlight for you in there. So that's that. It's on. The gas is off right now. When you put the gas, I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I think that was in line like a gas piping. That would be in line and running. And that is off. We'll find out the hard way. So that's that. That's plumbed in. Now we've got just move around this tripod, and this is my starter solenoid right here. Those of you who know what that is, if you don't know, this is a starter solenoid. And what it has is there's copper here, and then there's a spring in here pushing downwards. I'm sorry, there's a spring in here pushing upwards, and there's a plate on it, right? So your battery terminal goes to here, your positive, and then this would be to your starter, and then you make a connection here from your key switch, and when you hit the key switch, it connects power from the battery to the starter, and the spring-loaded piece of copper comes down, makes a connection, and connects these two pieces. When you turn the key off, takes the power away from here, and the spring pushes that piece of copper up and disconnects these two. So now there's no power to your starter or your motor. And it's very simple. Very simplistic. And that's that. So this has to go on the firewall. And my starter is over here on this side. So to me, it makes sense to mount this over here, and we'll have our battery connection come to one side, our positive, and then a short wire to our starter. And that's what makes sense to me. So I don't want to put it on the other side. Typically that's where a solenoid is on hot rods or on the passenger side, because the battery's either on that side or it's in the back and make the connection and all your wiring. But and then you would have possibly a brake master cylinder over here. So, but I'm gonna mount it over here somewhere, maybe up high, so you won't be seeing it, and try to keep the wiring as neat as possible. So, my next step is to take the positive cable and run it forward. And this is the long positive cable here. And it has the negative cable in with it. The negative, this is the positive, the big red one. And it has one end made up on it already here. And then we'll put the battery end on it, which I have here somewhere. It's the battery end on it after I cut it to length. So we're not going to cut it to length until we know exactly what we want to do. So then that positive will come through on this side, positive side of the battery here, and then we will have our guillotine switch, which will be hooked to the positive side of the battery, and then we take that up, and when we're done riding for the day, this disconnects all power from the car, so none of your gauges, none of your wiring, lights, everything has no power to it, and you will never have a worry about any type of a failure or a short and possible fire to the car. So it's a really cheap, easy safety connection. I think these are about 18 bucks. And that is really cool stuff. So this is my new little tripod. Thought I'd show you that. And kind of put it anywhere. It's pretty cool, I think. And that's it. So we will put you in here. And I think that's going to be it for today. So I try to keep my videos a half hour or so. I don't think you need an hour of me screwing around. And then I can set up for the next move, and we'll start shooting for some wiring, making some connections, and go from there. So on behalf of me and old Earl, say ho, 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 Earl. Merry Christmas. Talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Say hi to your friends and family for me. Please like and subscribe. I got a bunch of new followers in this past week, and a lot of great comments from everybody all over the place. They've been watching my other videos, so they're going back. I've got like 184 or 5 videos, so if you have a chance, check them out. And thanks for watching. It's been a great ride, and we'll keep on going here. All right, everybody? Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.